Council of Ministers has finally gained a full shape as the cabinet was expanded today with the induction of 2 new ministers. Since Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal assumed the country's top executive post on the 25th of December last year, the Council of Ministers has been expanded for 11 times. Now the total number of ministers has reached 22, while there are 3 state ministers in the government. Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Hearing on the candidate recommended for the post of Chief Justice stalled as lack of consensus among parties delays the formation of Parliamentary Committee. Judiciary devoid of leadership since 15 months. Premier Dahal clarifies Lipulek and Limpiadhura belongs to Nepal, assures that the government will take evidence-based approach to address Nepal's border issues. Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan gets bail from anti-terrorism court in multiple cases, appears before the National Accountability Bureau in response to summons and undergoes questioning. And Nepal and India enter into the semi-final of Kava Women's Volleyball Championship. The journey for Bangladesh and Sri Lanka ends. The Supreme Court has remained devoid of leadership for the past 15 months. The Constitutional Council on 8th of May had recommended Acting Chief Justice Hari Krishna Karki for the post. However, the hearing has yet to begin amid failure to form the Parliamentary Hearing Committee. As per the legal provision, 15 lawmakers approved by both the lower and upper house will be the members of Parliamentary Hearing Committee. However, the committee has yet to be formed amid lack of consensus on power share, despite 3 names already being recommended from the National Assembly. The Constitutional Council recommended Justice Hari Krishna Karki for the post of Chief Justice 2 weeks ago following pressure from Nepal Bar Association. However, the appointment remains a far cry amid absence of Parliamentary Hearing Committee. Based on Article 292 of the Constitution of Nepal, prior to the appointment of Chief Justice and other justices, parliamentary hearing must be held for approval. On top of the failure to form the hearing committee, officials of the Parliamentary Secretariat say that regulation to form the Parliament Hearing Committee also has yet to be amended. Acting Chief Justice Karki is due to retire on 4th of August this year due to age limit. The positions of 5 justices at the Supreme Court, including the post of Chief Justice, are vacant, and Justice Tankabahadur Mokhtan is due to retire on 15th of July. Posts of 39 judges at district courts have also remained vacant, while there are 47 vacant posts at high courts, including 6 chief judges. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has reiterated the areas of Lipulek and Limpiadhura that has been encroached by southern neighbour India belongs to Nepal. In response to the criticism of the main opposition that the government lacked clarity about the encroached land of the country and addressing the questions raised by lawmakers on the government's programs and policies at the National Assembly today, Premier Dahal clarified that the regions in Darchula's Kalapani, Lipulek and Limpiadhura belong to Nepal and that the government was clear about the need for a diplomatic approach to resolve the issue. The Prime Minister added that the government is clear about how its foreign affairs policy should be like. Premier Dahal said that the government policies and programs will address national aspirations and contribute in promoting good governance and prosperity. Prime Minister Dahal argued that repeating a few old policies and programs could not be termed as giving continuity to same old trend as alleged by the opposition. Dahal went on to claim that the country's economic condition is not as bad as it is rumoured. Addressing the questions of lawmakers regarding the Premier's eagerness for India visit by halting his visit to China, Dahal clarified that China visit was as important, but priorities had to be set based on the political scenario of the country and also the suggestion of the Chinese ambassador to Nepal. Prime Minister Dahal expressed commitment to include the suggestions of lawmakers while preparing the budget of the upcoming fiscal year. He added that special programs will be introduced at local levels through the budget and the programs will be implemented within 6 months' time. The National Assembly has passed government policies and programs today itself. Now, discussions on the government's policies and programs, which started from Sunday at the House of Representatives, continue today as well. Lawmakers presented their thoughts in favour of and against the government's policies and programs for the 3rd day today. During the discussion, lawmakers from the ruling coalition claimed that the government policies and programs will be effective in addressing economic crisis. Meanwhile, lawmakers of the opposition highlighted that government policies and programs cannot address the country's issues. A joint meeting has been called for 4 p.m. tomorrow to present the draft of the joint meeting of Federal Parliament and Joint Committee Work Operation Regulation. CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli has claimed that his party is not involved in the fake Bhutanese refugee scam. Speaking during the meeting with officials of the party's sister organization, Chair Oli claimed that UML was not involved in this scam. Oli added that he would further make efforts to take action against those involved in corruption. UML chairperson Oli expressed grievances, saying that efforts were being made to tarnish the party's image. Oli further said that the Nepali society is going through a difficult time and the country is reeling under economic crisis. Now, the cabinet has been given a full shape following its expansion for the 11th time. Birendra Prasad Mahato of Janata Samajwadi Party has been appointed the Minister for Forests and Environment. President Ramchandra Paudel appointed Mahato as the Minister for Forests and Environment following the decision by the Council of Ministers and the recommendation of the Prime Minister. Another leader of Janata Samajwadi Party, Pramila Kumari Yadav, has been appointed State Minister for Science and Technology. With this, the government led by Pushpakamal Dahal now comprises of 22 ministers and 3 state ministers. The cabinet has been expanded on 11 occasions since Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal assumed the country's top executive post on 25th of December last year. The government began feasibility studies for an outer ring road some 2 decades ago, considering the increasing population density and the number of vehicles in the capital. The outer ring road project has been receiving budget since Nepal's fiscal year 2061-62, in which time many landowners have been compensated for land acquisition purposes. However, the project has yet to kick off. The government had back then envisioned of an 8-lane ring road that connected Kathmandu, Bhaktapur and Lalitpur. In the first phase, mapping of 6.6 kilometer section between Chobhar Satungal was done. However, the government has yet to issue land acquisition notice for the project. The project file has been collecting dust in the Ministry of Urban Development instead. Around 8,000 ropenis of land was to be acquired, with 14,000 landowners to be compensated in the first section. However, with the project plans remaining in the shelves, the section is now full of concrete houses. This has raised the compensation amount by at least 1 billion rupees. It was earlier estimated that the project would need acquiring between 80,000 to 100,000 ropenis of land for the overall project, and that it would take 72 billion rupees. However, the investment cost has now gone up to 200 billion. Around 2,219 new houses have been built as the Valley Development Authority carried out a survey last year. The project now lacks clear resource for funding as well. Meanwhile, administrative costs of the project has so far totaled to 130 million rupees, while feasibility study of just around 54% of the road has been conducted. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we asked you, why has the provision of providing 10% beds at hospitals free of charge not been implemented? 31% voted for option A, lack of monitoring, 66% for B, defying the law, and 3% for C, not aware of the provision. And here's today's question. Why has the Outer Ring Road construction project remained stranded despite the lapse of 21 years? Your options are A, lack of commitment, B, problems with land acquisition, and C, lack of resources. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. In our Public Voice segment, today we've asked people in several provinces how have users benefited from community forests. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
सामुदायिक वनले गर्दा चाहिँ हामीले हरेक वर्ष दाउराहरू किन्नु पर्दैन।
आफ्नो जंगल नभए पनि सामुदायिक जंगलबाट घाँस दाउरा सोतर काठ राम्ररी चलाउन पाइन्छ।
सामुदायिक वनले जति दिनुपर्ने हो त्यो दिन सकेको छैन।
भोज भातहरुको लागि दुना टपरी अनि हरियो घाँस स्याउलाहरू
उपभोक्तामा जो बसेको छ नि उपभोक्ता समितिमा तिनीहरुलाई फाइदा छ।
घाँस सोतर पतकर लगायत सम्पूर्ण वन पैदावारहरू चाहिँ सहज ढंगबाट उपभोक्ताहरूले प्राप्त गर्न सकिरहेछ।
सामुदायिक वन महासंघबाट अथवा चाहिँ वन उबाट चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँ जुन अभिवृद्धि क्षमता अभिवृद्धि सम्बन्धीको तालिमहरू
काठहरू पनि पाइराखेका छन्।
दहतो तिरेर काठ पाइएको छ।
दाउरा भयो, घाँस भयो, स्वच्छ हावा पनि पाइने।
मधेसमा कुनै प्रभावकारी यो समितिले गर्दा छैन।
नाङ्गा खुइले डाँडाहरूमा बिरुवा रोपण गरेर हरियाली बनेको छ।
निवेदनहरू चढाएर हामीले किलाहरू अनि गोठको लागि हामीले डाँडाहरू केही खामहरू पनि
रुखहरू नकाटेपछि संरक्षण गरिसकेपछि मुहानहरू पनि नसुक्ने।
आम्दानीको स्रोतहरूले गाउँ तहमा विकास भएको छ।
National Accountability Bureau Pakistan sought the records of the funds related to £190 million settlement case from Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairman Imran Khan, who remains entangled in several legal cases. The former Prime Minister appeared before the anti-graft watchdog's office in Rawalpindi as per the commitment he made in response to NAB summons and underwent questioning. During the investigation, NAB officials grilled Khan over the records of correspondence with the National Crime Agency in United Kingdom and freezing orders from Khan regarding the £190 million. Meanwhile, the PTI's chief's wife, in fact, Bushra Bibi, who was accompanying him, stayed in the car outside the office. Imran Khan, Bushra Bibi secured bail in separate cases. Before visiting the NAB's office, the couple had gone to Islamabad Judicial Complex, where an anti-terrorism court granted bail to PTI chief in 8 different cases till 8th of June. While Bushra Bibi secured bail in the £190 million settlement case from an accountability court, which is housed in the same judicial complex. The former First Lady, along with Khan, had first appeared before the accountability court to seek a protective bail to avoid her arrest in the £190 million graft case. The Lahore High Court had granted her protective bail, which expired today. Today, Judge Mohammad Bashir approved Bushra Bibi's bail till May 31st against surety bonds worth 500,000 Pakistani rupees. He also took her signatures to ensure the submission of surety bonds before issuing a notice to the investigation officer.
Sports news.
Host Nepal have entered into the semi-finals of the Kava Women's Volleyball Challenge Cup with second consecutive win as they defeated Bangladesh earlier today. Nepal took the first set against relatively weaker opponent Bangladesh 25-10, second set 25-8 and third set 25-9. Nepal has not lost a single set so far in the tournament. India has also made a place in the last 4, collecting 6 points. Nepal and India have equal points, but Nepal is in the second position of Group A points table based on its scores. Meanwhile, with consecutive defeats, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka are out of the tournament. Nepal are up against India tomorrow in the last group stage match, the result of which will decide the winners and runners-up of the round. In the ongoing Martyrs Memorial A Division League, Nepal Police Club defeated 3-star 1-0 to climb to the 8th position at the points table. In the match held in Enfa Complex in Saddobato, police opened its account in the 26th minute as Ahmed Hizazi found the net. Both the sides had several chances to score in the second half but failed. 3-star has been winless for 9 games so far. 8th place police have 25 points from 20 matches. 3-star are in the 6th position with 26 points. In today's second match, bottom place Kumaltar defeated title contender Saddobato, making the relegation battle more interesting. Debutants Kumaltar broke its victory drought since 5 matches, defeating Saddobato 1-0 at Dasrat Stadium. Mesuke Olumo's solitary goal in the first half became decisive for Kumaltar. Saddobato piled pressure in the remainder of the match, however could not find an equalizer. With today's win, Kumaltar have 21 points and the team will have the chance to leave the relegation zone with 1 more win. The win also raises chances for 9th place Manang, 10th place Sankata, 11th place NRT and 12th place APF of falling into the relegation zone. Kumaltar and friends are in the relegation zone with equal points. Saddobato are in the 4th position of the points table with 29 points. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.